Hi friends, today we are going to understand what JQ is and how we can use it to manipulate JSON text files. JSON is JavaScript Object Notification. It is basically a text format for interacting with, for exchanging data. So we are going to talk about JQ. This is a command line utility for JSON query. We are going to see how we can query data, how we can query JSON data. We are going to start with a very simple use case where we'll be using JQ to query and to work with JSON files. So how we do that is JSON JQ dot, and then you have to write your file name. So for example, another.json. Let's try to see what another.json has. It has some data in this form where there is an object. So curly braces is for object and the square brackets is for array. Okay, and these are key values. This is header is the key inside the menu object. So in the root object, this is the root object where the curly braces start. So menu is a key and its value is another object, and in that object header is the key and its value is string svg viewer. Then another key inside the menu object is items and it is an array. In that array there are different objects. It is not necessary for an array to have similar type of object, similar type object with similar type of keys. For example, in this case you can see it only has id and open. Another object has label key value pair also, label and open new, and another object is null also. Null is also allowed, but it depends on handling in your code whether you are handling null properly or not. So null basically means no value or no object. Okay. And similarly we can see that this is the structure of our object. So let's try to access menu object first. So dot is basically at the root level, or not root level. Dot basically means currently where we are standing. So in this context, dot means at the root. Root means this starting curly braces. So dot basically means starting curly braces from the root. JQ dot another.json. Let's try to see. Now what it does is when you issue this command, it is going to parse that JSON and then give you the output. Now let's try to query the menu object. So way for querying menu object is you have to start with a dot and then you have to write the key value pair. For example, menu is a key value pair. Let's try to see what happens when we do dot menu. So it is giving us the data inside the menu key. Let's try to get data inside menu key inside header. Dot menu dot header. Let's try to see what it gives. It gives us the value for that. So for example, here you can see at the root level there is a menu object. In that menu object there is another in that menu object there is a header key and its value is svg viewer. Let's try to see what is inside the items. So it is basically an array. It is basically an array, and we can access this array. But before that, let's try to see what are the different keys present at the root level. So only dot is basically means it is a root level, and pipe, this character, pipe character, is basically used to pass the values to a function. So keys is basically a function. So if you are passing current place where the context is, so dot, only having a dot means it is at the root context, and then we try to find out what keys are present in this by this command jq dot and pipe it to the keys. So this pipe is inside the JSON query that we are writing. This is in the double quotes. It is not in the Linux context. This pipe is not in the Linux context because it is inside double quotes for the JSON query. Let's try to see what it gives. It gives us that it has only one key with name or value as its name is menu. Let's try to see what are the different keys present inside the menu object. So here we can see that we have two keys, header and items. Okay, let's try to see what are the different keys present in the items. Dot menu dot items. Here you can see it is giving us 0, 1, 2, 3 till 21. That means this is an array. Since it is an array, its keys are basically position of elements in those array. So if we write many items 0, then we will be able to access that array's element 0. So we are able to access ID open. So dot menu items, and then in that items array we are accessing the 0th element. Okay, and if you want to access 1, 0 till third element, then we have to do this. Here we are able to access 0. So element addressing in the array for JSON query language or JQ starts with 0. So we are able to give range of values in the items object which we want to retrieve. So we have given 0 to 3. Let's try to access the ID key value pair or ID values for all the items. So what we have to do is we have to leave this square brackets empty, and then we have to write ID. So what happens is it starts work if any value is not given inside the square bracket, it considers it as to work on all the elements of the array. Let's try to see what happens. Now we are able to get all the values. We are able to get all the values of ID. So in our case, inside the menus items object, we have an array, and if we want to find out how many elements are present in this array, we have to just pipe it to the length function dot items. So items is an array. We are giving this. We have to give an array or an object to the length function length, and then it gives us that length of items array is 22. Let's try to find out how many keys are present in each of these objects inside the items array. So what we have to do is we have to pass each and every object inside the items array to the length function. Then it gives us how many keys are present inside each object in the items array. Here we can see that first array element has one key. Here also you can see that first array element has one key, then it has two keys, ID and label, and then it has 0 keys. So similar things can be seen 1, 2 and 0. So this is how we are able to work on the items array. And now let's try to do another thing. We have seen the use case where we can retrieve only single key from inside a particular JSON. What if we have to extract different keys or multiple keys from the JSON? So JSON query or JQ provides this functionality as well. So what we have to do is we have to use a special syntax JQ dot menu dot items. Let's say we have to find ID and labels of all the values inside the items. So we have to do this, and then we have to pipe it into a special construct. We have to write double quotes inside the single quotes, and then we have to start our capture with the backslash and simple brackets or parentheses and dot ID, and then we have to close the brackets, and then we can do anything. Or then next object that we want to access is backslash and then bracket open dot label and then bracket close, and then we have to give the file name another.json. Now here you can see that we are able to access these values, and it is basically a placeholder backslash bracket open, then the values we want to extract from the JSON, and then bracket close. These are basically placeholders for the JSON fields, and we can sprinkle anything. So some text, and then you can write another something else or anything that you want to use something else. So here you can see that it is following the output format that we have given in the JQ. So this is how you can extract multiple text from a single JSON. Up till now, we have seen that we were working with JQ for a particular file. For example, another.json was a particular file that had JSON text in it. You can see cat another.json. It had JSON text in it. But it is not, JQ is not limited to text provided in the file. JQ is limited to the JSON, which can be provided in any way. For example, let's say you have JSON coming from a particular API. Let's say you have an API curl, this dog facts API that you have. Let's see what it gives us. It gives us the facts for dogs. Let's try to limit the number of responses it gives. So it gives us facts in the form of JSON. So at the root we have an array, and in that array we have an object which has key as fact and some fact as the value.